Yo guys, Mike for SimRacing604. Welcome back to Le Mans Ultimate version 1.0. And with all eyes, or most eyes, on the Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar here in the 1.0 release of Le Mans Ultimate, I've got a car that you should definitely not sleep on. I am on board, I am driving rather, the Mercedes-AMG GT3. It is one of two, well, the only truly new GT3 in this title as of the 1.0 release, and it is fantastic. You would be excused if you kind of brush this to the side, because we've got the Mercedes everywhere in sim racing. I mean, when did Kunos put theirs out? I know it's an earlier version of the car, but we've probably had it in Assetto Corsa for almost a decade. And, you know, it's in Forza, it's in just about any racing sim you can name is the Mercedes-AMG GT3 through various builds. Of course, there are new editions of it, but fundamentally we have had the Mercedes-AMG GT3 for a very long time. So you may look at this and say, it's grid filler, they just had to put it in just because they needed to complete the grid. Well, no, that's not the case. In fact, Studio 397 has done possibly their best work in the LMGT3 class by giving us this car. Just an absolute standout in every regard. This car is phenomenal. And I realized that I said almost that exact same thing about the Porsche GT3 a few months ago, and I stand by those. That Porsche is just incredible. But what makes the Porsche incredible, or part of what makes that Porsche incredible, is the fact that the engine is way behind the driver, and it gives it interesting characteristics to drive, whereas this, it's technically a mid-engine car, but the engine is in front of the driver, and so it's more of a traditional layout. And so you would think, and again, Mercedes-AMG GT3 being everywhere in sim racing, you might be tempted to think, oh, boring, who cares? That's what we need, is another AMG GT3. But you do. You'd be doing yourself a disservice by not trying this car. This car absolutely rocks. And you would think that something as commonplace as the Mercedes GT3 platform, or vehicle I should say, would just be grid filler, would be kind of boring. It'd be something we find anywhere else. Not the case. Not the case. So I compare this largely to the Mercer V8 from Racing Studio for Assetto Corsa, one of my favorite GT3 cars ever made in sim racing. That car is something special, and it would take a lot to dethrone that Mercer in my mind from being one of the best cars you can drive, one of the best GT3 cars you can drive, and this is right there. This is everything that Mercer is. Of course, with the Assetto Corsa, you have the ability to take your cars to just about anywhere you want. You could take that Mercedes up the Pikes Peak hill climb if you wanted, or just kick it around a fictitious town. We don't have that in Le Mans Ultimate. You don't have the same freedom. You're going to have to enjoy it in the context of a race only, but there's nothing wrong with that. It is sim racing after all, and yeah. But this car does everything that Mercer does, and that's saying a lot. I didn't think I would ever drive any edition of the Mercedes-AMG GT3 that rivaled that Mercer. I thought they just found a higher level to take a quite boring, potentially boring car. I didn't think anyone would be able to touch where Racing Studio took that car. But here we are with me blubbering over a different edition of the Mercedes-AMG GT3. Again, much more traditional drivetrain layout, but it is so alive. The force feedback and, you know, the level of tire detail, the level of suspension detail that you can feel through your wheel. I'm running the Alpha Evo wheelbase from SimMagic, and yeah, just everything the car does, and that thunderous V8, of course, just gives a good context, not a good context, but a good platform on which to build phenomenally immersive races. Ooh, did I sneak one position on the outside? Yeah, there we go. Now up into 6th position, And yeah, it's just everything I want in a GT3 car, honestly. It does so much with such a simple format. Huge shout out to the Studio 397 team and what they've been able to accomplish with this Mercedes. It is just otherworldly. It is so good. And again, like Assetto Corsa has it. Assetto Corsa Competizione has it. What else has it? Rennsport. Automobilista 2. It's a mod for Automobilista 1. Like, it's just everywhere. Gran Turismo 7. We just have so many editions of this car that if this had been a failure, if it had felt generic, it would have been excused. Alright, we've experienced this in every way it can be experienced. Studio 397, you should have done something different. But no, that's not the case. The case we find ourselves in is, wow, this is incredible. Is wow, Studio 397 did more with this car than possibly anyone has done in the past. Whoa. Kicking up dust. And that BMW behind me just won't let me go. So that BMW, actually the other new GT3, it's the Evo version of the M4 GT3. And a few improvements, but it's not really a new car, whereas this Mercedes certainly is. We did not have this in the title prior to version 1.0, and the car takes advantage of the updated tire model. They've been working on that GT3 tire model for quite some time. Myself, I was one of the critics of the tire model. Not so much for what it was, like it's very informative, but just some of the behavior at the limit. Like it was just too easy to spin. You just go into a pretty controllable slide, and all of a sudden you find yourself spun. Nothing you can do about it. So they did mature that tire model a bit, gave us something, gave us average drivers a bit more hope, perhaps, of recovering slides, and it does. It certainly does. I mean, it can still get around on you, that's for sure, but it's not as knife edge as it once was. Is this going to be a purple lap? No. 49.0 is going to be the purple. I'm going to push, see if I can get it here, see if I can bring myself a little bit closer to that McLaren car, dancing a little bit there under braking. And as I turned down my traction control a few laps ago, the car really started to come alive even more. It's just, yeah, it just does so much with such a familiar format, familiar sounds, familiar visuals. I don't think that dash screen has changed in a very long time. Even with the older versions of this car, I think the dash remains the same. So everything's familiar except the feeling of driving, which is all new, and yes, I would say improved. Such an incredible thing to have this car. So we're definitely pulling up closer here to the McLaren. However, BMW behind me does not want to give it up. Still fighting, and there's a line behind him, so I'm actually slow here. We've got 21 minutes to go roughly and 6 seconds to the lead. Okay, the lead car is right there, so we haven't fallen that far back, which is good. Sometimes in LMU you get the lead car just run away and pull out a 20-second lead over a 30-minute race. So I'm going to be quite close, not quite there for the purple lap.
That time was a 1:49.0.
So some cars down in the 1:48s now. Let's see what we can do. And a little slide there, a little bit of life in this car, actually a ton of life through the corners. No, that's not a track limit warning. Get out of here. So, how can I get this McLaren behind me? Ooh, BMW, you hold on. Got a good launch on the McLaren here. Gotta love the aero treatments on the 2025 McLaren. It's wider and meaner to me. Alright, so that McLaren did drop back. That BMW has passed the McLaren. I've got 4.5 seconds in front of me, so I'm probably going to get a couple laps of playing catch up. But it'll be a good chance for me to sort of test my limits with this car. But this is not the first take I've done of this video. I've done a few and haven't really been happy with the race, so I had to redo it. And just the more I get to know this car, the more I absolutely adore it. I'll have to drive this back to back with the Porsche to see what I prefer. And a lot of you have told me that the McLaren, the 2024 McLaren, is your favorite GT3 in the game. I don't share that same sentiment. I think the McLaren is really, really good, but I don't think it touches the Porsche. And now that we have version 1.0, I don't think it touches this Mercedes either. Boy, that BMW is just relentless. He's been on my back bumper for several laps. I think he's the fastest car in this race, because I do seem to be reeling in the cars in front. And that BMW just waiting for the opportunity to pounce. Surely he's going to overtake me very soon. A little faster around that left-hander there, making up a bit of time. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was close. Fully in a slide there. So there you go. That's the new tire model at work. So cut 4.4 seconds down to the high threes. So gained about a half second back. So could be on pace to overtake and get the lead of this race in that next 18 minutes, 17 minutes, however much we have based on when we cross the start finish line. We'll have to wait and see though. Now 3.4. Okay, so I took better part of a second, 0.9 seconds out, and still not the fastest in the race. Interesting. Okay, BMW, are you going to give me a bit of breathing room on this lap? Oof. Man, that feels good. So, good start to this lap, up about 0.4 on my previous best. Purple first sector. 2.4 now to the car in front. Wow, yeah. Gaining ground, to be certain. And finally, putting about a second between myself and the car behind. So yeah, only 3 seconds to the lead, so I should be able to get it. This has been a really, really quick lap for me. Notice I said for me. This is still slow compared to the majority of you watching, I'm sure. But I'm doing my best, guys. That thunderous V8 roaring as we drop down the hill. This will be a purple lap by a lot. This is going to be a 147.5-ish.
That time was a 147.48.
Yep. So, can't be anything but happy with that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Overshot the corner there. And the balance of life taking effect. Good lap followed by bad lap. Keeps you honest, you know. And even the force feedback and vehicle behavior under braking is good. You think braking is just braking, but it's not. You can feel the car moving underneath you. It's incredible. Alright, so won't have a shot at it here. However, coming down the hill, this is the George Russell straight here. Wink, wink. Oh, contact with the Mustang. I was much faster out of the corner than he was. And no shot of an overtake here. I'm just going to bide my time. I'm letting the BMW back into the race, though. Interestingly, the Lexus behind the BMW some 6 seconds back, so there's definitely a lead pack, followed by those not on the pace. Mustang backing out of the battle. He wanted none of it. Alright, it's 2 seconds to the lead. BMW snuck through as well. Cannot shake that BMW. Wherever I go, he goes.
Lap 150.40.
So not a great lap for me. Ooh, that was aggressive. I knew that was gonna get the marshal's attention. Come on, Iron Dames. What you got? Oh, I think I might have a shot at the Dames here. No. Porsche went inside. Aston was outside. I had nothing. But shouldn't be long now until I get another shot. And yeah, I took a funny line there deliberately, because I knew I was probably going to be faster on acceleration. I remembered bumping the back bumper of the car on the previous lap. Car on the outside, there we go, he backed out. Alright, we're up down to a podium position with 12 minutes to go. And the BMW still there. You can kind of see it in the rear view camera at the bottom right side of your screen. If you look through, in fact, I can just turn that heads-up display off. That way you can get some appreciation of what I'm experiencing with that rear view camera. He's right there and has been for a very long time.
That time was a 149.53.
Alright, back into the 49s. But need to do better. Joey Swole, 2025. Helicopter taking in sights and sounds here at Imola. And probably nothing doing. Nope, Aston cut it off. The other Aston, the less flashy Aston. It's not the pick me Aston. It's the get the job done Aston. Alright, so BMW waiting for an opportunity to pounce here. And it's a shootout here, 4 of us, actually 5 of us, because the Iron Dame's still in the picture. What's gonna happen here? Nothing is what's gonna happen. Oh, bad line. Whew. I great battle here. I just got to pick the right time, go for that overtake. The lead is right there. Just haven't been able to take it quite yet, but I will get there.
Lap 150.07.
Okay. So, turn 1, can I do anything? Nope. Oh, BMW, you stay back there. He's going for it, and he's got it. Oh, that's what I'd been dreading for 15 minutes. Iron Dames, you stay there. So it should be an exciting finish to this race. 9 minutes remain. I don't know if it's better or worse for you to have the HUD on. I'm going to leave it off for maybe the remainder of this lap, then I'll turn it on so you can keep track of my relative. It's more immersive, I'm sure, to watch without the heads-up display. However, good to have the race info. I've got my 4th screen off to my left here, running the lovely dashboard. So I'm able to keep up with what's going on with relatives and such. Alright, so I might have a shot at reclaiming this position here as we go down the hill. Might be able to beat him under braking. Let's see. No such luck. That 10-minute warning is old. Got only 8 minutes left, in fact. And look how close we are here. Little love tap on the beamer. Another love tap. That one less loving. That was more of a get out my way. Ludicrous. Ooh. And yeah, is this the best sim in my collection at the moment? Probably. I mean, the only time I really get single-player racing of this quality, sometimes AMS2 really delivers and you have fantastic races, but it's kind of inconsistent. GTR2, of course. Whoa, man. Sorry, talking about GTR2 got me all excited, man. I was tuned out. Yeah, but rare to get this quality of single-player experience. Just huge fun. Again, I think I said it in this take, but I can't remember. Le Mans Ultimate, certainly more than half of everything I drive in sim racing these days. Yes. All right, position is reclaimed. Now I got 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Try and get first and second behind me. And I have considerably less energy, as you can see, than do the other cars, but I think I'm good. I've got 10 laps of fuel effectively, and 9 laps of energy. I'm good. We're not getting 9 laps in 6 minutes. Oh, look at this. All of a sudden, the Aston making it simple. I should be able to outbrake him here. Got the inside line. Need to make the car a little bit wide there, but no problem. All right, so just down in 4th place last lap, already up to 2nd place. And now I have but one car to focus on, and that is this Corvette, who's been leading the race, I believe, from the start. So, down about 0.6 seconds on the lead here. Or, sorry, on my previous best. Another reckless braking zone there. I need to watch myself. I didn't actually hit the Corvette there, but I could have. No excuse, just laziness, sloppiness. 5 minutes to go now in the race. Come on, come on. And I managed to pull out just about a second on that Aston, so that's good. We're getting a little bit of distance between ourselves and the car behind. See that digital banner on the side of the car there. Position indicator showing first. It is my turn. I might even have a shot here.
That time was a 1:49.
Okay, he's going left, which is the smart move. I've got speed on my side. There we go. All right, through into the lead with 4 minutes to go. So what's that going to be? This plus 2 more laps, I guess. Whoa, 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 that was close. No car to use as a pilot car anymore. Gotta be careful with my lines. Tried to pull first gear there, didn't quite work. So 0.7 to the car behind. And not a great lap for me so far. See if we can set a personal best before the end of the race. My tire's still in pretty good shape. Woo, that was close. Mercedes dancing its way through the corner. I'm keeping an eye on my mirrors, because it's possible that I haven't seen the last of that BMW. Right now he's held up behind the Corvette. Transmission whine is beautiful, layered on top of that roaring V8 engine. It's the sound you want to hear. All right, 2 seconds clear of the Corvette now, so I don't think I have much to worry about at this point. Famous last words, perhaps. Still got the fuel, about 8 liters of fuel left, 7 liters of energy. So no concerns there. 2 seconds has grown into nearly 3 in just a couple of corners, even though I'm technically off my best lap pace. So yeah, nothing really to worry about here. So I can begin to summarize my thoughts on this Mercedes in the version 1.0 rollout of Le Mans Ultimate, and yeah, it's really, really good. This is the car that I think if you have one shot of driving in this game, no, maybe it's the hypercars. I think probably if you had never tried it, or if you have a friend that wants to try it, what car do you get them to drive in Le Mans Ultimate? I mean, for GT3s, this is probably it, because it's a bit more predictable than is the Porsche. But I don't know if it would be #1 overall in the game. Probably the Ferrari, if you had one car to show a friend. Alright, lost a bit of time. Oh, no wonder. That BMW is through. So I need to watch myself here. I've got 1 lap to go. That BMW is going to be on a charge to come find me. 2.3 seconds now. Surely I will not give up 2.5 seconds on 1 lap. But even one mistake, 1 tire on the grass, could have big repercussions for me. So let's try and keep it clean here. Nice early braking. Just kind of softly drifting my way through these corners. No need to impress anyone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Still good. Still good. But yeah, again, going back to kind of my summary thoughts, I've rarely driven a GT3 car this good, if ever. You know, in terms of being up there, like, probably the first GT3 I can think of that really blew my mind in terms of, oh, okay, people are starting to reimagine things, is the 488 GT3 for rFactor 2. Studio 397 product there as well, and that one kind of like clicked something in my brain. Okay, these don't have to be boring cars. And then through the RSS mods that we've been given for Assetto Corsa, yeah, the GT3s there, just really, really excellent. Particularly the Lanzo, the Mercer, the Akuro, whatever the Honda is. There's got to be more of the Porsche, whatever they're calling it, Protec maybe. Those are all great cars. And then here in Le Mans Ultimate, the LM GT3s, so many great ones to choose from. But yeah, the Porsche or this gets my pick. Just absolutely phenomenal. Took something that could have been boring and made it excellent. So thank you so much for watching. Well done to Studio 397 in putting something this good together for us to drive, and a free edition no less. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.